Here come the Czechs. Long live Czechia. Czechia, Czech Republic. We're starting courtesy of FIFA. I can't go in with water, the young man here tells me. I have to drink it all. Here I have some diarrhea water. Down it goes.
This is my first time at a soccer match, at a World Cup match, at a Mexican national team match, at a FIFA event. The one I criticize so much and will keep criticizing. By the way, this is an event full of controversies and debates, geopolitical, socioeconomic, all kinds of issues, a really charged event, but at the same time, a highly anticipated one. I'm gonna tell you about my experience, how much it cost me, how it went, my opinion, if it's worth it, if I recommend you do it, everything. Join me, the vlog is fun, but it's packed.
Now I have to go to the bathroom. I really need to go. FIFA is not going to make me waste a single drop.
You can get this close without a ticket.
And here you scan your code. That's why you should never post a picture of your ticket, because if someone sees it and they're nearby, they can scan it. There are the checks.
Look.
It's packed as hell.
This is also my first time at the Azteca Stadium. I've seen it from the outside, I've seen it in drone footage, but I've never been inside. I hadn't even gotten close. And let me tell you, it's impressive. It's a monumental thing.
Estadio Azteca, the match is about to start. Mexico versus Czechia, and we're gonna see nothing but controversial things. Number one, why am I here if I'm not a fan just because I'm an influencer and the real fans aren't here? Number two, FIFA and its corruption. Number three, all the protests that are trying to get here. And number four, surprise controversial topic, because you know here on this channel we have controversies and surprises.
Number one, because those who don't like soccer but are at the top come in here with front row tickets. And those who are passionate about this sport and the cup can't get in because it's too expensive. Here we start with the ticket prices and how reserving your ticket works. It's not just about having the money, but also having the power, the position, and the connections to buy one. All of this causes people who aren't interested in soccer to be here, using me as an example. Very sad. Fans who have spent their whole lives supporting the national team, who know the players' names, who know the rules of soccer, will never be able to come. The price is simply beyond their means. They would have to go into debt or embezzle. And here we have idiots, including myself, who don't even know the rules of soccer. I don't know the difference between a throw-in and a handball. I can't identify any of the players. I think the curly-haired guy, Memo Ochoa, is the only one I recognize. Other than him, I don't recognize anyone. Why am I here? We have a combination of high prices, tickets available only for the elite, companies that reserve 10 or 20 tickets, sometimes even buying up to 100 tickets, and they give them to the people they prefer to pamper their guests. Political interests, political interference. We also have brands that use this tournament for profit because that's what it is. FIFA is for profit, and as a result, the rich get in first and the poor are left out. Even though the passion for soccer is supposed to be equal. Soccer is supposed to be the people's sport, the sport for everyone, the sport that unites us, the one in which we can all participate. The national team is supposed to be that neutral place where there are no rich or poor people, no light or dark-skinned people, none of that. We are all Mexicans and we support it. But once you get here to the stadium, you see that there are a lot of tickets for people who are elites. I mean, I'm not gonna mention names, but there are businessmen here, people in the media who honestly aren't interested in soccer. And outside, there are the officers, the police with shields so that those without tickets can't even get close. And the only way I can define it is that this is an event with profit and political motives, commercial and economic purposes. I'll leave it at that. Let's continue.
Pizza at 170 isn't a whole pizza, it's just a slice. And if that wasn't enough, they even let me into this area, which is like the hospitality area where you're not out there with the crowd in the stadium. Here, like some corporate golden boy, you're relaxed. There are couches, there's food. It's like a chain where the privileged get more privilege and the less fortunate get screwed even more. And I don't want to be a part of this. I got into the system once just to show you, only once, so I could talk to you about this topic, the overvaluation of YouTube. I had to come once, I had to experience it so I could report on it, and I'm telling you honestly, I don't support the overvaluation of influencers. But well, since this is my last time coming, I'm just gonna sit here for a little while.
Let's get right to the next one. FIFA has basically been a disgusting cartel for decades. I would say that all the top FIFA officials were accused of bribery, manipulating contracts, and selling their influence to the highest bidder. And who is the highest bidder? Well, the most genocidal government they could find, the most corrupt people in the world they could find who want to whitewash their reputation. They sold them the World Cup, the biggest scandal. It was in 2015 when US and Swiss authorities arrested several executives linked to the organization. They arrested several, not all, but evidence was found that everyone was involved. They couldn't arrest all of them, but all of them are involved. This investigation revealed what we already knew, the corruption network involving about $150 million in bribes. Of the ones they found, I estimate they found less than 10%. This is related to television rights, marketing, and the sale of tournaments to the worst people that exist in the world. I mean, FIFA is practically a cartel that whitewashes of the worst genocidal people in the world. Cancel me if you want, this is FIFA. And I'm not ungrateful, I came to watch the FIFA match, yes, but I can still criticize it. That's the example I've been setting for the kids who live in the United States who say, hey, I have gratitude for the United States, don't criticize it. No, if the United States commits atrocities, I'll mention them to you, and that has nothing to do with your gratitude as an immigrant to the United States. You should do it too. The fact that you're doing well in the United States, that you have a job and are supporting your family, doesn't exclude you. It doesn't force you to support what the United States does, what a government is doing. Your gratitude as an immigrant is one thing, the atrocities are another. It's the same here. Me coming to watch the game is one thing. The fact that FIFA is disgusting is another. At the center of all this is Sepp Blatter, who led FIFA for 17 years and always denied being involved in corrupt acts. He was suspended from football for ethical violations related to bribes he received. The clearest cases I can give you are Russia and Qatar. They bought the cup to hide their atrocities and FIFA sold it to them. I mean, if you're a person with the slightest decency and the president of a country that's killing his own people comes to you and says, hey, sell me a cup to clean up my reputation, what do you say to him? Anyone with the slightest decency would say, no, thank you. I don't want to involve the disgust of your government with my organization. But also, if you're a disgusting person, then you accept $200 million from them like FIFA did. Well, the match itself happened without incident. You saw the thrashing they gave the Czechs. I can imagine the intense pressure they felt every time a Czech touched the ball. It was a deafening boo, overwhelming, from the whole crowd like that. I mean, from the entire stadium, it was a boo. There was a full house with more than 80,000 people, something like that. I don't know about soccer, so I can't comment. What I can tell you is that every time the referee did something wrong, the people in the stadium got super offended, they got angry, and I would love for them to get angry like that. Every time a governor steals millions of dollars from the taxes meant for a child and gets out of jail without the death penalty, just like these people are so excited watching this, I would love for them to be that excited. Supporting the death penalty for corrupt politicians in Mexico, well, that's a 3-0 for Mexico. And I witnessed something I had never seen before. I had seen it on television, but never in person, and it left me completely impressed. Which is the famous wave, like this, people start making waves with their hands. I thought there was a countdown on a big screen that says, okay, on the count of 3, we're gonna do a wave and we'll start over here. But no, people organize themselves and it happens randomly, and it's impossible to do without the cooperation of everyone in this stadium. No one tells them anything, no one directs them, they just say, I want to participate, and thousands, tens of thousands of people join together for a common cause. And it left me stunned, it left me speechless. To see the euphoria, the energy, the cooperation, the joy, the love, the unity among Mexicans. I love seeing my country like that. It left me stunned, speechless. To see that every Mexican in this stadium joined in the wave in an organized, enthusiastic way. Everything positive I can say about my country was reflected here in these famous waves. Now, why can't we do this outside the stadium for the common good of our country? I mean, just like you see this wave where some people started in an organized way and everyone joins in, it's like a snowball effect, where everyone participates, like saying, let's put an end to corruption in our country. Who? Then again, cancel me if you want, cancel me. I didn't find it nice or culturally interesting that the person above throws cold beer on you when you're below. Personally, I don't care, it doesn't bother me. But there were kids next to me, there were 3 little kids next to me who didn't like having beer poured on them. And who would like that? There was also an elderly lady, a grandma, in front of me, and she also had ice fall inside her clothes, inside her sweater. Why would you do this? I don't get it. Call me an idiot who hasn't lived in Mexico and didn't grow up in Mexico and now thinks he's all that because he moved to Canada. A teenager with a nopal face and he's an idiot and denies his roots. Call me whatever you want, but throwing beer at the person in front of you on stage every time they score a goal, to me that's something. Let's just say it's not nice, unnecessary, so we don't insult anyone here. It happened several times. It happened every time they scored a goal. The father of one of the kids turned around and asked, please don't throw beer at my son. But the person behind who I'm showing you here kept doing it. Again, throw whatever you want at me, whatever you want at your sister if you want, at any adult man, throw all the beer you want, but why at the kids, why at the grandparents? You know, his father already asked you not to throw things at the kid, right? And again, everything I can tell you about my country was seen here. We saw this euphoria, this love, this unique culture, this sense of brotherhood, and one idiot. Just like that, this match describes Mexico. Then we saw these so-called hydration breaks, which are just an excuse to put in more ads and make more money, of course. It's already like American football, which has 4 quarters. Soccer used to have 2 halves of 45 minutes, but not anymore. Then we saw Guillermo Ochoa, who is the only player I know. I recognize him, and they put him in just to make a fuss about how he's played in I don't know how many World Cups. I'm going to zoom in and see if FIFA doesn't sue me. And here they give us the exact number, 80,824 people. FIFA said that no one can record the monitors. Let's see if they sue me for showing you a number.
What a great goal that last one was.
Then came the final whistle, marking the end of the match and the victory for Mexico, their 3rd consecutive win. And people started throwing more things, not just liquids anymore, but also heavy objects. Again, I don't care, but I'm neither a child nor a grandma. It's cold.
It's cold.
When we were about to leave, we saw many parents trying to pay attention above, trying to prevent any object from hitting their children. Some people left before the final whistle to avoid the traffic, and they missed the last goal. Imagine, according to them, it was already over. Well, that's how my first time at a soccer match ends, and I'm left with a bittersweet feeling.
Now, do all these people here know about FIFA's corruption? Well, no. And if they do know, do they care? Well, no. They just want to watch the national team. So we need a better organization with higher ethical standards and respect for humanity to organize these tournaments. Because FIFA, honestly, is garbage full of corruption and above all, supports genocidal and corrupt governments. So I like soccer, yes? Do I want Mexico to win? Yes. Do I support FIFA? No. So let's get to work and take away from FIFA the privilege, the honor of being the organization that puts on the most watched and beloved event in the world. It's not possible that there are 7 billion of us who love this sport and watch this event, and we settle for having FIFA, that disgrace, as the host. We have to do better. If they don't want to be better people, don't want to be better human beings, don't want to support humanity and the dignity of people on the planet, we should give this event to another organization that actually has ethics. So I'm doing my part. I'm going to enjoy the match and use my platform to show you how disgusting FIFA is. I can do both because that's allowed.
I love seeing 90,000 people celebrating with joy, but I'm also concerned to see that some people care more about winning the World Cup than improving the country's economy. I mean, if you ask them what they prefer, a safe country with a good and prosperous economy or winning the World Cup, I'm worried that the percentage of people who will say winning the cup is very high. Above all, it was an excellent experience. There was a sense of euphoria, a very contagious euphoria, and overall joy. A united country where everyone sings the same songs. It was a very beautiful experience. Well, may courage be with you. See you next time.